she's baked, an Alaskan, so baked, an Alaskan.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Baked Alaskan. How you doing today? I'm pretty good. I've been up for like hours. I woke up about 3 a.m. I'm having a really hard time with the insomnia. I think it's just the excitement leading up to my trip. Um, and that's a nice segue into MS Monday, which uh, the subject for this week, continuing from last week, is holidays and the things that are challenges for me this year, um, and namely traveling and seeing family from a long, long time ago. Um, Most of the people that I'm gonna see have not seen or heard from me in 15 years. Most of the people have no idea or just a vague notion that I'm sick. Um, I post, uh, on my Facebook to let everybody know what's going on with my health, but at the same time, I don't think it gets read all the time, and I don't think it gets treated as seriously as it probably should be. This illness is something that nobody gets. You know, it's like they don't understand how you can have all these different things wrong at the same time, and they're not related at all, except they are, because it's your brain that's getting fucked up. Like the differences between having bladder issues and my eyes. That's night and day, right? Both MS. MS related. Now, the MS doctors try to say that my eye stuff was just presented because of the MS, that I've had it my whole life, and I don't buy that shit. So, uh, they don't blame a lot on MS. They blame it on your body breaking down due to MS. So, if you're just tuning in and you have no idea what MS is, it's multiple sclerosis, which sclerosis means scar, and multiple means many, and or more than one. And it's an illness of the brain and spinal cord, so your nervous system. And these scars appear on your brain and affect the way you process things, the way you speak, the way you everything. Your brain does everything. It controls so much. And that's what my illness attacks. My brain and my spinal cord. So, yeah, I have a lot of shit wrong with me, but that is how I'm going to explain it. It's important to be able to break your illness down into layman's terms for people to understand. When they ask you, they genuinely want to know. Well, some of them, if they ask, genuinely want to know about your illness. Oh, really? I never knew that. And you'll find that you'll get a lot more understanding if you don't just say, I have MS, or I have Crohn's disease, or, I have XYZ. And no, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying, in this case, this is my family, and they're going to want to know what is wrong. So, this is how I've decided to tackle the problem. And I call it a problem because I'm really nervous about this because I know there's a lot of bad juju on my family's behalf. They are really not happy with the way that I just disappeared. And I guess they might have a point, but you know what? I was very sick with my bipolar disorder. For many years, I suffered from major depression for many years. I flunked out of university. I almost flunked out of culinary school, well, one class, because of depression. Luckily, I was able to make it up, and I didn't affect my 4.0. But, yeah, depression has really fucked me up. And people don't understand that when you're depressed, it's not about them, it's about you. And you are taking all of your reserves, everything that's in your body, all the energy that you have, and trying not to cry it all away. Trying not to sleep it all away. You're just trying to stay awake and be a part of life because all you want to do is sleep. Or forget. And for me, I didn't know what depression was when I had it. I was young. My mom had died. My dad was not in my life. I left home. I was out here on my own. And I made a life for myself. But I also left a life. And I'm dealing with the repercussions of that now. I don't, I'm not going to make anyone make me feel bad about it. I left because I love my wife and I wanted to be with her, and I could only be with her here. At that time, I couldn't be with her in the U.S. We tried. She was turned down for an externship visa, and she had no degree or anything, so there was no way in hell she was going to get over to the U.S., and we couldn't marry at that time because this was a long time ago. So I came to Canada because Canada at the time had a human, compassionate, what was it? Compassionate something. I'm blanking out, but I came over as we were married, and I came over as her spouse, but it was a compassionate circumstances because they didn't at that time even have gay immigration here. The reason why they let me immigrate is because it's cruel and unusual punishment to keep two people apart. That's what the Canadian Bill of Rights says, basically. So, lucky me. Lucky me, because I came here when I was healthy. I came here when I was young. Let's rewind. Okay. So when I came here, every time I would call home, I would get shit for how long it would be for me to call home. And nobody fucking called me. Okay? Everything was put on me. When are you coming home? When are you doing this? I would visit all the time. I would fly back and forth all the time. Nobody ever came here. Not until last year. And I left Alaska in 1998. So, and when they came here, what did they say? Well, why would we come here? There's nothing to see here. Wow. Thanks. That made me feel special. You know, so that just gives you a window into my family. We're not the close lovey-dovey kind of family. We are the close, gonna put you in a headlock and keep you here kind of family. There wasn't much acceptance of Nicole when I first, went up there with her. So I'm hoping this trip will change that. I'm hoping a lot of things will change. And I have high hopes for this trip. So, I know this is a weird MS Monday. It's very personal, and your story is very different, or it might be the same. I don't know. But this is my story, and this is how I'm navigating it, and I hope that it helps you if you're having a similar issue. My main takeaway, if I want to wrap this all up into a neat little package, is that it's in my power to heal these relationships. And also in my power is how I receive their messages. I'm feeling really well mentally, so I know that I'm not going to take much shit. I know that I'm 43 years old, and it's time for me to be a big girl and stand up to these people. And I may be the baby, but I've done all right for myself. I've survived with very little help, up until this year, really, when my aunt has started to help us. And I haven't asked for it. She's just openly given it. And I'm, if somebody wants to help me, I will accept it graciously. So, yeah. I have a lot of stuff to work through on this subject, but I feel like this trip is like what's gonna do it. I feel like I'm not gonna be back there for a while unless something major happens. There's no way for us to really afford this kind of trip, or for my family to afford it every year. They cashed in air miles as it was to get us up there this year, so that takes a long time to accumulate, as I'm sure many of you know. So, it's about making the most of the trip, and I will be doing that. I will be reconciling myself, and I will be reconciling relationships. I will be, broadening already great relationships that I have kept in touch with my best friends, and they're not as high maintenance, I should say, as my family. My best friend is like so over the moon that we're coming to visit. We're gonna have a slumber party. I've got some things I'm gonna bring to her. I'm just really excited. It's gonna be a good time. And then I have, my family that I'm going to see, and the Christmas Eve that I've always told Nicole about, and it's going to be, like, super amazing this year. I just, you guys, I'm so excited. So, I'm not going to let any bad vibes ruin this trip. I'm not going to go to that place, And I think that's what we have to do when we come up against adversity, especially when it's the type of adversity that comes with family. That kind that gets under your skin, that you're not sure if you're right or they're right, or it doesn't matter who's right. Yeah. It's not about being right anymore to me. It's just about mending fences, I guess. they're not going to get me to move back to Alaska as much as I miss Alaska, and I really miss Alaska. I can't leave my medical care, my doctor team, everything that I have here. There's Nicole has a job that she makes good money at. It's not the best thing. She doesn't love it, but we have benefits, and we have a life. So if they want to see me, they're gonna have to start making some, attempts, like effort. It's not all about me. Like, why can't they come see me? Why can't they call me? But at this point, I don't want them to call me. I have mega phone anxiety, so that has not changed. And that actually that came from when this all started, when I came here in the late 90s. And every time I would call home, I would get bitched at by my aunt, Rose. And she would say, "Why don't you call more often?" And she didn't realize that made me not want to call at all. Because I had to sit there and listen to her bitch at me. And it's like, why can't you just be happy that I'm calling right now? So, I realize I have done not much talking about MS or chronic illness today. This is kind of a jumble of emotion, duty, and, an attempt at an MS Monday. I hope you will forgive me for being so off in my own world. I'm going to do my best to make videos until I leave on Thursday, early morning, so there won't be a Thankful Thursday this week. I can tell you what it's going to be right now. I'm so thankful that I'm going to Alaska on Thursday. I'm seriously so thankful that I'm going to Alaska on Thursday. And other than that, I'm gonna do a few smoke sessions, and yeah. Alright, everybody. I've talked way too long today, and I know nobody's gonna watch this, so. Thanks to those who do. Leave me a comment if you got to Applebomb. Alright. Take care of yourselves out there. And be well.